Huh. Scooch. Drop top. Whiz up. Woo.
Yeah, young Metro, yeah. I don't trust you. I'm gonna shoot you.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title of this video, today's video is highly requested on my channel. Today's video is my experience while stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. This video is not to get anybody in trouble or to offend anybody at all. This is just my experience stationed at Fort Campbell. I was stationed at Fort Campbell for 2.5 years, and I'm currently in transition to PCS2 Grafenberg, Germany. Where do I even get started? I just want to let you guys know that I'm filming this video on my phone because my camera has issues right now. I keep trying to charge it, and instead of charging, it just keeps dying. So I think I'm just going to leave it on the charger somewhere for about maybe a day or something. I don't know. I did attempt to film this video already, and for some reason, like, my camera just won't let me be great. So I said, you know what? I need to get this video out, so I'm going to film it on my phone. Now, I know I should be looking here, I think, here, but I'm looking here, so whatever. So, where do I even get started? I wrote everything down on my phone, but now I can't even see it. So, I'm just going to freeball it. So, when you arrive to, well, let me just give my backstory. I personally found out about Fort Campbell, Kentucky while I was in AIT. I was told that I was basically on orders to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and I cried. Because I already knew that I wasn't going to be happy. Just hearing the location, I already knew I wasn't going to be happy. Me being an African-American woman from Brooklyn, New York, I'm used to a certain lifestyle. And my fingers are orange because I was eating Cheetos from Haiti. I'm used to a certain lifestyle. I'm used to certain things being from New York. So knowing that I was going to Kentucky, I cried because I already knew that it was not going to be what I wanted. Whatever. But you join the army, so shit happens. So when you do arrive to Kentucky, you are going to, well, you're going to fly into BNA, which is Nashville's airport. For some of you guys that don't know, Fort Campbell is on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee. But because the post office on post falls in Kentucky, that's why they say Fort Campbell is in Kentucky. But it's on the border of Tennessee and Kentucky. You can drive down the block and be in Tennessee. You could drive up the block and be in Kentucky. So it really doesn't matter whichever way you want to, you know. So when you do arrive at the airport, you're going to have to pay $60 for a shuttle bus to take you to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Or if you know someone at Fort Campbell, I would advise you to let them pick you up, because $60 is a lot of money for you to be paying for a taxi. Okay, so the airport is 45 minutes from post. Yeah, so we'll get into like partying and all that shit later. So when you arrive to Fort Campbell, you are going to in process at Cal-Soo replacement. You will be at Cal-Soo for either about, I don't want to say a week and a half to 2 weeks. I was there for a week and a half. As a single soldier, you will be at Cal-Soo replacement. If you are married, E6 and above, or an officer, then you of course are going to go to housing and take care of your business. Me, I'm a single soldier, so I had to live in the barracks. The barracks at Cal-Soo suck. I'm not going to say it sucks because it looks like shit, because it does look like shit, but it sucks because it's really cold and it's really dirty. But I mean, it could be worse. So the barracks in Cal-Soo, it's probably about 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 females to a room. And you do sleep on a bunk bed. So I just want to put that out there for you guys. Me personally, I stayed at Cal-Soo for about 2 days. Yeah, I stayed at the barracks for 2 days, and then I went to this dude I was messing with house, and I slept there because the barracks are just so cold, and then it just, no, not doing it. And then they give you a wall locker, and there's really not enough space for everything that I had. While you're at Cal-Soo, you're going to be in processing all over post, SRP. You're going to be at the Family Resource Center. You're going to be in processing with MWR, which is the Morale, Welfare, and Recreation Center. I don't know. Listen, y'all, I don't know the details. Also, you're going to be going to CIF and getting all your gear. That's basically in processing. If you are coming from AIT and you don't know what none of this shit means, you're basically going to in process all over post. Now, when it comes to the DFAC, The defect, there's gonna be like a shuttle time with shuttle buses, cheese buses or whatever, that will take you to the defect. The defect that it takes you to, which is I think the special forces. Yes, the special forces defect. They defect is popping. They defect is mad fucking good. The food is so good. Okay, so don't be worried. There are a number of defects on post. First Brigade has a defect. Second Brigade has a defect. Third Brigade has a defect. Sustainment has a defect, and 101 Cab has a defect. I was in 101 Cab, but we'll get into that a little bit later. This video is gonna be mad fucking long. So, you know what I'm saying? That we can have you spend whatever your orders say before you get to Fort Campbell. You're gonna get orders, obviously, taking you to Fort Campbell. The top of your orders is gonna say what brigade you are going to. Do not be alarmed, because that may change. There's like a 60% chance that your orders will change. When I got my orders, it said 101 Division Headquarters. I guess I was going to go to Division, and then it changed, and then I went to 101 Cab. 101 Cab stands for 101st Combat Aviation Brigade. It's basically an aviation brigade. A lot of helicopters, shit like that. So yeah, so my orders changed. Thought I was going to Division. Nope, you're going to 101 Cab. Honestly, didn't hear anything about 101 Cab. Actually, heard people say that 101 Cab is actually laid back. I'll get into my experience later. If you are watching this video and you are on orders to Fort Campbell, I don't really want to like scare you or discourage you about Fort Campbell. It just all depends on what brigade you're going to, what company you're in, your MOS, and your command team. Honestly, everything depends on your command team, okay? So, yeah. So, basically, you know what I'm saying, you're in process. Week and a half later, 2 weeks, they come and get you. While you're at council, you will be doing PT. Let y'all know that now. They don't play that shit. They will be teaching you how to climb a rope. You guys will be going to the obstacle course. If you don't know, Fort Campbell is home of the air assaults, okay? You probably heard that already once you hear Fort Campbell. I'll get into air assault. That's another topic for a little bit later in the video. So after that week and a half, you do not have a PT test at CalSU, but you do have a height and weight at CalSU. That your unit comes, somebody from your unit comes to pick you up. You in process at your unit. If you are a single soldier, that's where you get your official barracks. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have your orders in your hand and you're watching this video and you're a single soldier, if you are going to 1st Brigade, your barracks suck. You're gonna be mad as fuck because your barracks suck. Your barracks are probably 1st Brigade. Me personally, I think they have the worst barracks on post. The barracks for 1st Brigade suck. I'm sorry, I have to warn y'all now, because nobody warned me or nobody told me about my barracks until I got to Fort Campbell. 1st Brigade barracks suck. If you are in sustainment barracks are nice. You are lit. If you are in 101 Cab, you have literally the best barracks on post. Well, the MPs have good barracks too. But 2nd Brigade barracks, it's honestly not bad to me. It's not bad at all. 3rd Brigade barracks, you need to just get married, because ooh, Lord no. 1st Brigade barracks sucks so bad. Like, you walk in the room, do a 360, like, you can't even, like, it's just so small in there, and it just sucks really bad. But it's not the end of the world. You can just well, I'm not gonna advise you guys to get married, because I wouldn't get married for BAH. But y'all know how to finesse. Don't fucking make me talk about this shit. So yeah, you get to your unit, and that's basically it. As I was saying, the defects are on post. Every brigade has a defect. My defect, 101 Cab by Gate 10, fucking sucked. And barely went to the defect. I ended up spending a lot of money on food at Fort Campbell. I ended up spending a lot of money at Fort Campbell, because the defect just sucked. Like, the defect sucked. Like, every day was like chicken, and then the chicken would have the same taste every day. Like, nobody wants to eat the same. Like, and it shit had no taste. It was just bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hated the defect. The defect at the hospital is amazing, and Special Forces defect is amazing, and Sustainment's defect is also amazing. Just to let you guys know. So let's get into. Well, you know what? Let me backtrack. Buying a car at Fort Campbell. A lot of the soldiers that came to Fort Campbell, while I was in processing with these soldiers, they went out and bought cars. Listen, do not buy a fucking car in the Fort Campbell area. They know that y'all soldiers, and they will rip y'all the fuck off. I know people that had 18% interest rate, 21%, 22%, and like literally my homeboy, like it took him years. He didn't have any money for food. Like, do not buy a car, they will rip you off. If you want to buy a car and you're a single soldier, you need to go to either Nashville or Hopkinsville. You need to go far from Fort Campbell because they will rip you the fuck off. Like, seriously, they will rip you off, and you need to take your NCO with you. Unless you don't want nobody in your business, then just go by yourself. But if you trust your NCO, then you will. Oh, I got so much shit to say in this video. We're gonna save the mixy shit for later. So yeah, do not buy a car until you get to your unit and you trust your NCO and you go with your NCO. Me, I ain't buying no car because I'm from New York. I don't have a driver's license. So I just Ubered, and I just had friends that took me around, and that was it. Now, if you are in my shoes, for instance, like if you know how to drive and you don't have your driver's license, get your fucking driver's license. There's no excuse. If you know how to drive, why the fuck you don't have your driver's license? Go and get your fucking driver's license. I've seen a lot of females that knew how to drive, that was driving other people's car, but didn't have their license. If you know how to drive and you are not scared like me, I'm terrified. Like, I will fucking cry. If you know how to drive and you're not scared, you need to go get your fucking license. And because depending on people, it was hard for the 2.5. It was really hard until they finally got Uber on post, and I was Ubering everywhere. Now, air assault. Okay. Do not be afraid. I know before I even got to Fort Campbell, I kept hearing about air assault school. Look, this is how I feel about air assault school. And I'm not trying to offend anybody, offend the Army, nothing like that. If you do not plan on re-enlisting, you do not plan on making the Army a career, I don't think you should go to air assault school. Going to air assault school benefits you in one way. It gives you 10 promotion points. That is it, okay? Now, if you do plan on re-enlisting, making the Army a career, then you should go to air assault school because it's going to put you, it's going to separate you from your peers, you having your air assault wings. If you don't, because a lot of people join the Army, they get to Fort Campbell and they hate it and they get out. I know mad people that get out. If you plan on getting out, I wouldn't even say get your wings because it's not going to mean nothing in the civilian world. No one in the civilian workforce gives a fuck that you went to air assault school. So that's how I feel. Now, me personally, I don't have my air assault wings because I never planned on re-enlisting. I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I didn't plan on fucking re-enlisting. Keep it a stack. I fucking ended up re-enlisting, and after I re-enlisted, I went to Columbia, got plastic surgery, and I was on profile. Then I PCS'd. If I would have had time, I would have went to air assault school because I re-enlisted. If you do not plan on re-enlisting, do not go to air assault school. That's how I feel. Now, you're going to hear that they will force you to go to air assault school. They're not going to force you to go to air assault school, okay? They're going to try to make your life suck if you don't go to air assault school. That's what they're going to do. They're going to make you go to air assault PT. I was in air assault PT for a long time. Air assault PT sucks, bro. I'm not going to lie. Air assault PT sucks. It really does. You do the same thing every week. It sucks, okay? So that, and then they'll do like certain stuff. Like if you're not air assault qualified, you can't be in a leadership position, or you can't go to BLC, or you can't go to schools to progress. That's what they do at Fort Campbell. Keep it 100 with y'all. So that's basically it. If you do plan on staying in, then go to air assault school. That's it about air assault school. All right, yeah. So every medical facility that I went to that was not 101 CAB related was amazing. The hospital on post, which is the Blandfield Army Community Hospital, is amazing. I'm telling you, I went there to get a colonoscopy. It's just amazing. Like, I've never been treated bad there ever. Dermatology, popping. If you got any keloids, they will get them keloids removed for you. That's what they did for this keloid. It was really dark and big, and now look at it. It's tiny. So I'm gonna go, when I get to my next duty station, I will go to their dermatology to get the rest of my keloids removed. What else? So yes, I want to address this because a lot of people have been writing me about this. So if you don't know, I have veneers. Veneers are like, I don't know what to call it. Maybe you guys can Google it. Porcelain veneers. Veneers in the civilian world cost $1,000 a tooth. I have 6 veneers. I got it for free, and TRICARE covered it. Now, if you try to get veneers off post or some shit like that, TRICARE gonna look at you like you crazy. Like, TRICARE does not cover cosmetic surgery. Excuse me. I got breast implants, BBL. I had to pay for all of that. So the dental clinic that I went to is on Fort Campbell. It's called Taylor Dental Clinic. I was talking to my dentist, told him that I wanted to tell him that I didn't like my teeth. I didn't understand why I had white spots on my teeth. He told me some bullshit, whatever. Matter of fact, let me take that back because he was a really good dentist. But basically, I got veneers. And after that, everyone kept asking me, oh my God, you got veneers. Where'd you get veneers? And they would try to go there and they couldn't get it. So I don't know if the dentist just liked me. I don't know if this was God doing me a favor. If this was just right place, right moment. But it's like no one else can get veneers but me. Like, it's just so crazy. So I did get the veneers there at Taylor Dental Clinic. If you go and you're nice, you really have to be respectful and just be genuine with them. They will probably give you veneers. Like, it was for free, basically. So what else? I'm gonna talk about how my YouTube channel got found. So when I got to Fort Campbell, that's when I made my YouTube channel. I began taking it serious, things like that. And at the time, I had a first sergeant, and oh my God, I love her so much. Her name is First Sergeant Allen. First Sergeant Allen, if you're watching this, I want to tell you that I love you so much. You are a woman that I will always look up to, someone that I will always have respect for, and she literally changed my life. When I had first got to Fort Campbell, a lot of y'all know I was really, really depressed. I was thinking of ways to get out the army because I was so depressed, y'all. Like, I was depressed really bad. And she was basically the only person that, like, I looked up to her like a mother. So she found out about my YouTube channel and she just gave me this talk, like, you can do anything. I know you can do it. You can blow up. You just have to clean up your act on YouTube. And she just really motivated me and pushed me, and then she ended up leaving and I didn't get to say goodbye. But First Sergeant Allen, if you're watching this, I love you so much and I appreciate you and I will never forget you. I don't know if she feels forgotten by the company, but fuck the company. I love you. So I just want to let you know that. Let's talk about my command team while I was at Fort Campbell. Who else did I have? I had First Sergeant Allen, amazing. Master Sergeant Stryker, oh my God, I love him so much. Oh my God, I know he's not watching this because he doesn't watch YouTube, but he was the best. He was so funny. And Captain Kelly, if you're watching this, I love you so much. Oh my God, Captain Kelly is my heart and soul right there. And who else? That's basically it. Everybody else, So I do work in the motor pool. You guys probably watching this like, girl, what job? What do you do? I work in the motor pool. For about a year, I was moved out of the motor pool and put in the orderly room, which was great. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about awards and COER. I just learned so much that sets me aside from my peers in the motor pool. So, you know what I'm saying? It was a great opportunity. Thank you so much, First Sergeant Allen. Yeah, so that happened. And while I was in the motor pool before I went to the orderly room, and in the motor pool before I went, the leadership was shitty. And the leadership is still shitty in the motor pool. I'm going to just address this now. My company is HSC 96 ASB 101 cab. That's where I was at, okay? So if your orders say 101 cab and you work in the motor pool, you're going to go to HSC, basically. Now, leadership sucked in the motor pool. And then when I went up to the orderly room, leadership changed because I could do so many. Like, I basically was the gateway to people's paperwork, people's awards, people's finance, people's leave. People needed me, so they started treating me better. So after I left the orderly room, went back to the motor pool, the leadership began to, you know what I'm saying? So my issue with, I gotta stop saying Fort Campbell because it's not Fort Campbell as a whole. My issue with my company was that the leadership sucked. Morale was really low. So as, you know what I'm saying, going to work every day, you see these people more than you're going to see your family, okay? You're with these people from what? 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You go home, wash your ass, do laundry, eat some food, go to sleep. You see these people a lot, okay? So they start to become family. Even if you want to admit it, they start to become your family. Now, if morale is low, if you work somewhere and morale is low, then obviously your morale is going to be low. Like, nobody wants to go to work. It's miserable. Like, Fort Campbell was literally miserable. And it wasn't like that just for me. It was literally everybody that I worked with. It was miserable as fuck. The leadership was really bad. Now, I don't see getting any better. I'm not going to lie. I don't see getting any better. My company, they kind of like, they were really slow on career progression. It was a lot of favoritism. They would allow certain people to go to schools and certain people not to go to schools. Certain people to go to the board and certain people not to go to the board. Or like if somebody would fail their PT test, they would allow they wouldn't flag this person, but if somebody else failed their PT test, they'll flag that person, try to kick that person out. Like, it was just a lot of unfair shit going on at Fort Campbell. That's why I didn't want to re-enlist, because when you go through something, or like when you see the shit that I've seen, I'm just like, I didn't join the army to be treated unfairly. I joined, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't join for this. Like, seriously. So, a lot of people were telling me just re-enlist and just see how it is. So, my next duty station, I hope it's not like Fort Campbell at all, because that shit sucked. PT at Fort Campbell is hard. They like to run. They like to run all day, all night. You run Monday, you run Tuesday. Like, they just love to run. And they like to run for long distances. Me, I can't keep up past a certain mile. I got a good. Nah, I can't keep up. I can't even. I can't keep up for too long. Honestly. What else is at Fort Campbell? All right, we're gonna talk about the party scene in the Clarksville area. Okay. Whew, there are no clubs in the Clarksville area. Okay. There's one club. It's called King's Nightclub. It is by the mall. It's by Wilma Rudolph, and it used to be lit. King's used to be popping, like, yeah, I don't know. King's used to be popping, but King's is whack as fuck now. Do not go to King's. The security guards are racist. Do not go to King's. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. I'm telling y'all, don't go to King's. If you want to have fun and you're at Fort Campbell, you need to go to Tarbouche or Gilroy's. Gilroy's is a bar. Tarbouche is like a hookah spot. And if you really want to have fun, you can go to Nashville, go to Limelight. There's a lot of shit in Nashville. Atlanta is 4 hours away from Fort Campbell. 4.5 hours, I'm sorry. It's 4.5 hours. It's really not that bad of a drive for you guys. And you can just go to Atlanta on a 4-day. Fort Campbell has a lot of 4 days. That is one thing I will say. Every 101 days that somebody doesn't die in a car accident, you get a day off. It's a lot. It's crazy. They have a lot of trading holidays. You get a lot of days off in Fort Campbell. That is the best part about Fort Campbell. Another thing. Let me see. DUIs. I have never in my life seen so many DUIs in my life. Like, never. Like, soldiers get DUIs like every weekend. Let me tell y'all something. Fort Campbell don't play that shit. If you get a DUI, you're getting kicked out and you're not getting an honorable discharge. So listen to me, y'all. It's not worth it. I've seen my friends get kicked out for drug, pissing hot, like on a urine test, just all type of shit. DUIs are so popular at Fort Campbell, and it's really sad. Like, it's really sad. And I think that, as I was saying earlier, the morale is so low that soldiers go out on the weekend and to have fun, they drink and they go to the club. And they drive home, and God forbid, somebody dies, which is actually what happened. Actually, that happened one time. Somebody did die, and that's just sad. Like, and while I was at Fort Campbell, a lot of people always ask me about sexual assault and suicide. A lot of you guys always ask me that in my comments. There was one young man that committed suicide in the barracks when I was at Fort Campbell. It was pretty sad because he was in our barracks. Like, he lived in our building. Like, it was sad. Like, he lived like upstairs from us. Like, you never really know what somebody's going through. You know what I'm saying? Especially being in the army. So you just really gotta look out for your friends. Basically it. The mall is trash. That's basically it. The mall is trash. And honestly, Fort Campbell, work-wise, the morale was low. The barracks I had were really nice. If you guys want to see what my barracks look like, just go through my old videos and you'll see, like, my barracks was humongous, like, huge. My barracks was huge. They just opened a Sephora in the mall So if you are a female, you like makeup like me, you good to go, girl. Because as soon as I leave, they want to open a Sephora. Like, the shit just don't make no sense to me when I had to just deal with Ulta. Hold on. Fix my damn titties. So let's talk about, hold on, y'all. So let's talk about sexual assaults. We're going to address this because a lot of you guys keep asking me. Sexual assault in the Army is the same thing as sexual assault or sexual harassment in the civilian world. A lot of females email me. Oh my God, my legs hurt. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so lazy. A lot of females email me and they ask me, well, let me lay down then if I'm going to do this. And I definitely got to fart. A lot of females email me and ask me, oh no. A lot of females email me and ask me about sexual assault in the military. There's no difference from being in the military and being in the civilian world for sexual assault. Sexual assault can happen anywhere to anybody at any time. So being in the Army doesn't make you more like prone to sexual assault. No. Sexual assault is definitely real in the Army. There's a program called SHARP. You're gonna have to do mandatory training for SHARP, the sexual assault program that, you know, just basically tells you the consequences and what exactly SHARP is. Me personally, I've never been sexually assaulted or harassed at Fort Campbell, so I just want to address that. Okay, you guys, so that is it for my Fort Campbell experience video. If you guys have any questions, then please comment down below, and I will just reply back to your comment. Like I said, your experience will depend on your company and your command team. My command team sucked. Besides First Sergeant Allen, Captain Kelly, and Master Sergeant Stryker, it sucked. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. That shit sucked booty. Oh, you know what? I actually had some great NCOs. Sergeant Ramirez, Sergeant Alderman. Shit, who else? Sergeant Ramirez, Sergeant damn, it wasn't even that much people. Sergeant Parrish. That's basically it. I really had some really good NCOs. I'm not gonna lie. I had some NCOs that were just like bomb. Like Sergeant Ramirez, I love you if you're watching this. I love you so much. Other than that, the command team was not really like. I just hope that if you guys are going to Fort Campbell, that you get a good commander and a good first sergeant, because the ones I had, I'm not gonna say no names because I'm not getting in trouble. Not me. The ones I had, they really did not look out for soldiers. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, they looked out for certain soldiers. Like, I hope y'all understand what I mean when I say certain soldiers. Like, they was not looking out for that. I want to tell y'all, before I even got on PCS leave, you know what I'm saying, I almost got kicked out the Army. Well, I didn't almost get kicked out the Army. Someone's mission was to kick me out of the Army. Okay. I failed height and weight about 2015. 16, 17, 18, what do we mean? 2015, 16? I failed in 2016, height and weight. When I got back from Colombia, if you don't know, you wear your compression garment to, well, I went to Colombia, got plastic surgery. If you don't know, you wear your compression garment to get the swelling down. They told me I had height and weight the next morning after I came back from Colombia. And of course, I was swollen. So I failed height and weight. And they tried to kick me out. But little do they know, I'm not overweight. I did not just spend all this money, come back to the United States, for y'all to tell me that y'all think I'm overweight. I could look at myself in the mirror and know for a fact I'm not overweight. Now, previously, I was overweight. Can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? But I knew at that time that they were trying to fuck me over. They were literally trying to, like, fuck me over. Seriously. Like, I can't get into too much detail, but I saved all the receipts, and I did my research, and no. So I did the height and weight again. I passed, and then that was it. Okay? Ladies, if you are getting height and weight no matter where the fuck you at. You need to read the regulation and know the measurements, like know the calculations. When they measure your neck, they're supposed to add half an inch. When they measure your waist, they're supposed to go down, subtract half an inch. And when they measure your hips, they're supposed to go down half an inch. So if you do not know your regulation, 600-9 body comp, I'm telling you, your command team will try to fuck you. Okay? That's what happened to me. And I beat the shit. So I just want to address that. I was going to address a lot of shit in this video, but I'm in a space right now where, like, I'm blessed. So I don't want to address any negativity. I don't know. Nobody deserves the clout on my video. So that was my experience at Fort Campbell. Me, Jasmine Prophet, I will never in my life, go back to Fort Campbell. Ever. If I ever pop up on orders and it says Fort Campbell, Kentucky, I will get pregnant and get out of the Army. Fort Campbell sucked. I'm sorry. And it wasn't just me. I don't want you guys to think that I have like something against Fort Campbell. It was literally my experiences in my company that made me hate being at Fort Campbell. You might get a good company. You might not. Who knows? But if you guys have any questions for me about Fort Campbell or anything like that, comment down below and I will write you guys back. But that is it for my video. I'm hungry. I'm about to go get some food. And I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys in my next video.